Welcome everybody to the one-shot series for CAT 2020 PYQs slot 1. In this one-shot series, we are going to deal with the sets that you should have answered, the must-do sets जिन्हें बोलते हैं. Now, the best thing about this particular video is इस वीडियो में जो हम 3 सेट करने वाले हैं, राइट. सो कैट 2020 स्लॉट 1 में 5 सेट आए थे. इनमें से अगर ये 3 सेट आप पक्का कर लो, you would have gotten more than 99 percentile, right? Because in 2020, give or take for 99 for this particular slot, the raw score was somewhere around 33 to 34. So with good accuracy, if you would have done these 3 sets, आपको definitely 99 percentile आया होगा, right? So let's get this thing started. So we've already done the hard sets. Right, these hard sets, we've done it in the marathon. The link for it is attached here. Now, what you should know about the hard sets is they are good for practice, but they are not practical in the actual test, है ना. Actual test में आप ये sets अगर करने जाओगे, although these were 6 question sets which gave up to 12 question in itself, so 12 questions would have given you 36 marks, but then still these 2 sets are way too risky to attempt, lengthy, complex, and high chances of making mistakes in these sets, right? So I wouldn't suggest you to do these 2 sets in the test, although इनके solutions यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाएंगे. Now what we are going to focus on are these sets, easy to moderate level में, जो कि 3 set है. Set 1 is 𝐴𝐵𝐶𝐃. A lot of you who are a part of the paid batches, उनमें आप लोगों ने ये set कराया, मैंने कराया है ये set in missing data, right? So we'll still do this for people who probably missed that class या आपने वो batch नहीं लिया हो, तो no issues. And then we are going to focus on set 4, which is 10 musicians, and set 5, which is 100 patients, right? So these 3 sets, अगर ये आप 3 set निकाल लेते, तो you would have gotten 99th percentile and above for sure, right? चलो, in LRDI that is. तो शुरू करते ये वाले set के साथ. We are starting with this because a lot of you all are familiar with this already. तो एक बार के लिए चालू करते हैं, and then we'll quickly jump off to the other 2 sets. 𝐴𝐵𝐶𝐃 is a distribution based, missing data based, math based optimization set. Optimization कहाँ पे आता है? जहाँ पे maximum minimum based questions होते हैं, right? So this is definitely an easy set, definitely a set that you should try and get all the questions right, that is. So have a quick read जिन्होंने नहीं किया है, hit pause now, जल्दी से पढ़ लीजिए, and then we'll get on with the solution part. चलिए solve करते हैं. So here we have some data and we have a table that is given to us. If you look at the data, the first part of the given paragraph is actually not very useful for us, but we'll still read because it's given. The local office of 𝐴𝐵𝐶𝐃 company evaluates the performance of 5 cab drivers A, B, C, D and E for their monthly payment based on ratings and 5 different parameters P1 to P5. ये जो 5 पैरामीटर्स हैं, इनके नाम दिए हुए हैं कि व्हाट डू दे स्टैंड फॉर. टेक्निकली दीज नेम्स हैव नथिंग टू डू विद द सोल्यूशन प्रोसेस. ऑल्सो अगर आप नोटिस करेंगे क्वेश्चंस में भी इन 5 पैरामीटर्स के नाम के बेसिस पे कुछ भी नहीं है. सो दिस इज जस्ट टू फिल अप सम स्पेस, ठीक है. नाउ दिस इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू गिव अस सम आइडिया अबाउट व्हाट्स द क्वेश्चन ऑल अबाउट. बेस्ड ऑन फीडबैक फ्रॉम द कस्टमर्स, द ऑफिस असाइंस अ रेटिंग फ्रॉम 1 to 5. सो 1 से लेके 5, 1 से लेके 5 तक की रेटिंग्स हैं इन ईच ऑफ दीज पैरामीटर्स. ईच रेटिंग is an integer, which is a good thing. Low value is 1, high value is 5. So 1 से 5 in ascending order, all being integers. So possible ratings क्या क्या है? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. The final rating of a driver is, final rating दे रखा है कि average of his ratings in the 5 parameters, right? पांचों parameters को मिला के, all 5 parameters को मिला के जो भी rating आती है, उसका average will be the final rating. The monthly payment of the drivers has 2 parts. Now this is where it could get a little tricky for some of us. जो payment है वो 2 part में है. One would be a fixed payment and the other will be a final rating based bonus, right? Final rating के basis पे bonus होगा. So any pay will have 2 parts. One is the fixed one and the other is the bonus. Okay, perfect. If a driver gets a rating of 1 in any of the parameters, he is not eligible to get bonus. Yeah, this is the eligibility part discussed. We'll take this to the next slide. Okay. Here are the questions. There are 4 questions. All the 4 questions are MCQ. No theta here. दिस इज इंडीड अ वेरी इजी सेट, तो इसमें टीटा देके और भी इजी नहीं करवाना चाहते. सो दिस इज दिस. नाउ वी हैव 4 क्वेश्चंस. हर क्वेश्चन में अगर आप देखोगे इट स्टार्ट्स विथ इफ. Every question starts with an if. So we all know that if the word if appears in the question, it directly means that the question is going to be what? The set, the bay that we are going to make is going to end up being either an incomplete one or a multiple case one, or this could be an extension. But 4 questions, all 4 questions can't be extensions. So incomplete या multiple cases बनेंगे. हर केस में कुछ ना कुछ दिया हुआ है कि if दामोदरन does not get a bonus, मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल स्कोर क्या है. इफ ईमान गेट्स अ बोनस, मिनिमम पॉसिबल एवरेज रेटिंग क्या है. ऑल 5 ड्राइवर्स गेट अ बोनस, मिनिमम पॉसिबल पेमेंट क्या है. ऑल 5 ड्राइवर्स गेट अ बोनस, मैक्सिमम क्या है. राइट. सो ऑल द 4 आर सिचुएशन बेस्ड. दैट बेसिकली मीन्स अपना जो बे बनेगा, अपना जो फाइनल टेबल बनेगा, दैट्स नॉट गोइंग टू बी अ कंप्लीट वन बिकॉज इट्स गोइंग टू डिपेंड अपॉन द फैक्ट वेदर दे आर गेटिंग अ बोनस और नॉट. So we've already read this part. This is an unnecessary part only given to intimidate you. ये देख के डर जाते कि यार इतना बड़ा ऑलरेडी है, इतना सब कुछ डिटेल में दिया हुआ है. This is just to fill up the space. ठीक है. Let's move on. Let's read this. So हमने क्या देखा था यहाँ पे? A couple of things that the final rating is nothing but average of all the 5 ratings. ठीक है. Total करोगे इन सबको, divide by 5 करोगे, you will get the final rating. And bonus eligibility अब पढ़ते हैं. Let's have a quick look at the bonus eligibility. So what they're saying, if a driver gets a rating of 1 in any of the parameters, he is not eligible. कोई भी पैरामीटर में अगर 1 आया तो no bonus. To be eligible for a bonus, a driver also needs to get a rating of 5 in at least one of the parameters. At least 1 5 आना ही चाहिए. And at no ones are allowed. एक भी 1 अलाउड नहीं है. अगर 1 आया तो बोनस नहीं है, और अगर 5 नहीं आया तो भी बोनस नहीं है. So to get a bonus, what do we understand? 1 नहीं होना चाहिए, एक 5 होना चाहिए. So if we are talking about, क्योंकि हमने केसेस देखा था कि if दामोदरन does not get a bonus, right? So no bonus के क्या केसेस होंगे? No bonus के क्या केसेस होंगे? 1, if you get 1 in any parameter, that particular driver will not be getting a bonus for that particular month. And second, if you don't get a 5, yes, if you don't get a 5, if there is no 5 in any of the parameters, then that driver is not eligible. ठीक है. Let's read further. So we've been given 2 conditions now. The first condition says what? Arun and Barun, A and B, have got a rating of 5 in exactly one of the parameters, right? So A and B have gotten 115 each, exactly 1, not more not less. 0 5s नहीं है, 2 5s 3 5s नहीं है, exactly 115 each for A and B. And Chandan has got a rating of 5 in 2 parameters. So Chandan के 2 5s आए. So 1/2 of this shows that के these guys could be eligible for the bonus. क्यों? क्योंकि 5 है. But again it would depend upon whether they get a 1 rating or not. So we have to be careful about that. The second clue says none of the drivers has got the same rating in 3 parameters. मतलब कोई भी 3 parameters में any 3 parameters cannot have the same rating. That basically means the maximum we could give a rating, the maximum number of times we could give a particular rating is 2. So it could not that rating may not be given at all, or a rating can appear once, or the same rating can appear twice. 2 से ज़्यादा appear नहीं होगा. ठीक है. Now let's have a quick read at the table before we jump to the questions. What do we see here? We have 5 drivers here. Parameter 1 से लेके parameter 5 दिया हुआ है. Missing pieces अगर आप देखोगे, अरुण का एक rating दिया हुआ है. Arun's 1 rating is given. He definitely gets a 4 in parameter 4. He will definitely get a 5 in one of them, right? 1 2 3 या parameter 5 में एक तो 5 आएगा. बाकी के जो 3 missing pieces हैं, we'll have to figure out whether they are what rating they would get based on 1 to 5. Same thing for Barun, 1 is given, Chandan 1 is given, Damodaran 1 is given, and Iman 1 is given. No other information is given about D and D. Whether they get a 5 or not is all situational. The next part, if you look at this is the fixed part of their pay. 1,000 rupees, 1,200, 1,400, 1,300 and 1,100. These are the payments that they'll definitely get whether they get a bonus or not, right? The second part is the bonus part, where the final rating has been multiplied with a particular term. So for A, it's been multiplied with 250, for B 200, 100, 150 and 200. So it's not just the final rating but also what multiplier they get multiplied with, right? This common multiplier जो भी है for each of them, that will also be considered. ठीक है, चलो, now the only thing we are left to do is jump to the question. सारा data हमने note कर लिया है, there is nothing else to fill in just yet. Okay, so we'll start. The first question says if Damodaran does not get a bonus. So Damodaran does not get a bonus, right? No bonus. What did we see? No bonus के क्या conditions है? If a particular driver does not get a bonus, he would either get a 1 or he would get no 5s at all. It could be both the cases. He could get a 1 and not get a 5. And if he gets a 5, if he gets a 1, right, still he would not get a bonus, right? Any one of these two happens, no bonus. So they're asking what is the maximum possible value of his final rating. Final rating जो भी possible है उसमें maximum देना है हमें. So let's look at the possibilities. For Damodaran, we have 1 3 already. Okay, we want to maximize his final rating. So what we could do, we could either increase the number of 5s, right? Damodaran का कोई case नहीं है कि कितना 5 आना चाहिए. So we can increase the number of 5s and give a 1, or give a 1 or not give a 1 at all, but not give any 5s also, right? Any one of these two we can do. So for the first shot, because it seems like if we give more 5s, and a 1, we get higher chances. So we'll try with that. I'm going to try with 5 here, 5 here. 5 can only come twice. Okay, 2 से ज़्यादा बार 5 नहीं दे सकता, कोई भी rating नहीं दे सकता 2 से ज़्यादा बार. So 5 I've given him 2 times. I have to remember that I have to give a 1 also to Damodaran. एक 1 भी उसे देना ही पड़ेगा, otherwise उसको bonus मिल जाएगा, right? And since we want to maximize, the next maximum possible rating I can give is 4. Yes. So what is the deal? 2 5s to maximize the rating, a 4 to maximize the rating. I'm giving a 1 only to ensure that he does not get a bonus, right? So if we look at the final rating here, what would be the final rating? We have 5, 10, 13, 14, 18. 18 by 5 is 3.6, right? So far we are seeing 3.6 being the maximum. So I know that 3.2 and 3.4 can be eliminated. Now 3.6 यहाँ पे लग रहा है. There's one thing I can do is now try with multiple variations, but क्योंकि option based है, so directly look at the options, right? What's the next maximum possible option? 3.8. तो अगर 3.6 से 3.8 लेके जाना है, 3.6 से 3.8 लेके जाना है, मतलब average should increase by 0.2. Yes, since there are 5 parameters, average को 0.2 से increase करने का मतलब क्या है? 0.2 into 5, the sum should be increased by 1. So I have to see, or we have to see कि क्या हम किसी भी rating को 1 से increase कर सकते हैं या नहीं, right? I cannot touch the 5s. 5 को मैं और increase नहीं कर सकता, 5 already maxed है. 3 is given, इसे touch नहीं कर सकते. 1 एक देना ही पड़ेगा, अगर ये 1 2 भी हो जाए तो उसको बोनस मिल जाएगा. So 1 cannot be touched. This 4 also cannot be made a 5. क्यों? क्योंकि 5 already 2 बार आ गया. So this has to be the maximum possible. We cannot touch anything here. This gives us our answer being option B, 3.6. Yes. Cool. Simple है. Optimization है. रेटिंग्स हमें पता है 1 to 5 तक की है. इट वुड हैव बीन इवन मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स अगर ज्यादा ऑप्शंस दे देते रेटिंग्स के लिए और ज्यादा कंडीशंस दे देते, बट सिंस दिस इज एन इजी सेट एंड डूएबल सेट, वी हैव टू मेक द मैक्सिमम आउट ऑफ इट, मोस्ट आउट ऑफ इट. तो तभी 3.6 आने के बावजूद वी स्टिल ट्राइड इफ देयर इज अ 3.8 पॉसिबल और नॉट. ओके, सो कीप दैट इन माइंड. डन. लेट्स गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. दिस टाइम ईमान गेट्स अ बोनस. So this time ईमान को बोनस मिल रहा है, right? ईमान definitely gets a bonus. If ईमान should get a bonus, this means what? ईमान cannot get a 1 rating and ईमान must get a 5 at least. This time they want us to give minimum possible value of final rating, right? So first let's look at the conditions. We know that ईमान must get a 5. At least एक 5 तो आना ही चाहिए वरना बोनस नहीं मिलेगा. So I don't want to give more 5s. मैं एक और जगह 5 दे सकता हूं, but if I give another 5, rating maximize हो जाएगी. We don't want that. And we have to give him, we cannot give him a 1. So the least possible ratings देनी है अब हमें यहाँ पे, least possible ratings देनी है. 1 is not possible, एक 2 ऑलरेडी है, एक और 2 हम दे सकते हैं. What's the next minimum possible? 1 is gone, 2 is gone, 3 is the only possibility. So I've given 1 5 for the sake of the bonus. एक 2 ऑलरेडी है तो एक और 2 मैंने दे दिया है और 2 3s दे दिए. We can't give a 1, we don't want to give more 5s because फिर वो रेटिंग को इंक्रीज कर देगा. So this way what do we get the final rating? We have 5, 10, 15. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Right, so we are getting the final rating in terms of the average is 3.0. So I know 3.2, 3.4 are not the least possible. 3.0 आ रहा है. Now we have to again cross check because this is optimization. Sometimes what we may think, हमें जो लगता है यही minimum है, there could be another case. So let's not take the risk. Let's see if we can make it 2.8. How do I make it 2.8? I have to reduce it by 0.2. अगर मेरे को फाइनल रेटिंग को 0.2 से reduce करना है, मतलब सम को 1 से reduce करना है. So now all we have to do is look at these possibilities, see if we can reduce any of them, right? I cannot touch this 5 क्योंकि इसके बिना रेटिंग बोनस नहीं मिलेगा. 2 से कम 1 है, 1 नहीं दे सकते, अगर 1 देंगे तो बोनस नहीं मिलेगा. So this is fixed. ये वाला तो ऑलरेडी फिक्स्ड है क्योंकि 2 2 बार आ गया है. द नेक्स्ट मिनिमम पॉसिबल इज 3, सो दीज ऑल्सो कैन नॉट बी टच. दैट मीन्स 3.0 इज द बेस्ट पॉसिबल minimum final rating that Iman can get, keeping in mind that Iman gets a bonus. Done? Easy, right? So it's all about trial and error, but calculated trial and error, not andhadhun. Random numbers if you keep shoving up in these cells, zyada time lagega and you will end up getting confused also. Perfect. So first 2 questions way too easy. Let's go to the third one. This time they're asking not for just the final rating but also the monthly payment. Okay, they're saying all 5 drivers gets a bonus. Perfect. All 5 of them get a bonus. Okay, perfect. What is the minimum possible? We need to minimize the monthly payment. Monthly payment क्या है? 2 पार्ट है, fixed and bonus. Fixed को हम हाथ नहीं लगा सकते, so we need to reduce the bonus. In order to reduce the bonus, we need to reduce the final rating. Right? We need to reduce the final rating. Bonus को कम करने के लिए. So that has to be our agenda here. Give the least possible rating. When we do that, again you have to keep in mind, that जो भी 3 conditions ये दिए हुए हैं, we have to satisfy that, right? Otherwise it's going to blow in our face. So we have 1 5. I'm going to give that 1 5 here to Arun. We have 1 5 for Barun. I'll give it here. Okay. 2 5s for Chandan. I'll give it here. It doesn't matter which parameter gets a 5 rating because that's not what is asked, right? Now Damodaran should get a bonus. Damodaran must get a bonus. So Damodaran should also get at least 1 5. Iman also gets a bonus. So at least 1 5 is definitely there. This is the fixed part. This and the ratings that they've already given to us are fixed. Now we have to look at ways to minimize the final rating. 1 we cannot give to anybody. Please keep that in mind. 1 किसी को भी नहीं दे सकते क्योंकि अगर 1 आ गया तो बोनस नहीं मिलेगा. Okay. So where do we start? If 1 is not possible, we'll try to give as many 2s. This is the maximum number of 2s we can give. There's a 4 here which is a bummer because if this would have been a 2 or a 3, rating और भी कम हो जाता, but still 4 is given to us. So the only possibility here is giving this person a 3, right? 1 नहीं दे सकते, 2 2 बार use कर लिया, 3. We have to minimize the rating. Same thing for Barun, let's do. Yes. Barun के केस में भी हम क्या करेंगे? 1 नहीं दे सकते, so we'll give him 2 2s and a 3. This seems ideal. Barun का केस ideal है. 5 has to be mandatory. The minimum possible rating with a bonus is 2. 2 2 बार दे दिया, 3 2 बार आ गया. Perfect. Yes. With case of Chandan, we have a 2 already, तो एक और 2 दे देंगे and then a 3. In case of Damodaran, we have a 5 and a 3, so we can give 2 2s and a 3. Iman, we have a 5 and a 2, so we can give another 2 we can give. We can give this person another 2. So 2 2s are done and then we'll give them 2 3s. Yes. The reason why I'm not stuck with any specific driver is because the options are not based on drivers. The options are based on the payment, right? And because there is a fixed part and the bonus part, just to be safe, it always makes sense to do the calculation, right? It's always a big fight between should I give more time to this but put accuracy at risk, or should I focus on the accuracy but give it a little extra time so that I am sure of it? Always go for accuracy, always go for certainty, even if it takes a little longer. This calculation is probably going to take us 20 to 30 seconds extra, which is worth giving because we are getting 3 marks out of this. Yes. So now let's quickly do the calculation for the final rating. What do we have? 5 5 plus 5 10, 10 and 6 16. 16 by 5 is 3.2. Yes, 3.2 into 250 is what will go here for the bonus part, plus this fixed amount of 1000. Yes, so what do we end up getting here? I'm not going to risk the calculation bit also. So we have 3.2 into 2, my bad, 3.2 into 250, 800 plus 1000 gives us 1800. Okay, so far the one value that we have is 1800. We see the options are way less than 1800, so we're not going to go with that, obviously, and this cannot be the minimum possible, so this is out. Let's go for the next guy. What do we have? 8, 10, 10 and 15, so this will be 3 into 200 is 600. 600 plus 1200 is again 1800. Nope, 1800 is nowhere close to what we are looking for. We could get a 1740 or a 17650, but that's the best we can do, right? Let's go for the next guy. We have 10, 15, 17. 17 by 5 is 3.4. 3.4 times 100 is 340. 340 plus 1400 is 1740. So we have one of the values being 1740. If this is the answer, I know 1750 आएगा भी अगर, तो वो हमारा आंसर नहीं होगा because it's not the least possible. Okay, so 1740 seems like this could be. Let's see if the other two guys can match up to this. So if we go for D, we have 8, 10, 15. So this is 3. 3 into 150 is 450. 450 plus 1300 is 1750. So no, 1750 is also out. So far for the first 4 drivers, 1740 is the least possible. It all depends upon Iman now. Okay, so we have 7, 10, 15, that is 3. 3 into 200 is 600. 600 plus 1100, I think we've hit the jackpot. We have 1700 is also possible. So between 1740 and 1700, we know that 1700 is the minimum possible. 1740 is also gone. 1700 is my answer. Here 1600 is not possible at all. Done? Yes, works well. Perfect. The other thing that we can do, is by answer choices, but it takes a way longer time, and there's got to be a lot of trial and error that you'll have to do. So I would suggest this is the best way to go about. If you were to go by the answer choices, because we are discussing or discussion में अपन, let's do it in detail for all possibilities. तो अगर 1600 हमारा होता, right? अगर 1600 हमारा होता, so for Iman 1000 is the fixed, for A 1000 is the fixed one, right? So 1600 से 1000 गया 600. I know 600 250 से अगर divide होता है, 600 if it gets divided by 250, we get 2.4. We know for a fact that we cannot get 2.4, क्योंकि अगर 2.4 हमें चाहिए with a 5, with a 4, yes, are you able to understand? 2.4 into 5 is 12. 12 में 9 तो already हो गया है. 12 में 9 तो already हो गया है. 3 places are remaining. I cannot give 1. अगर मैं 1 1 1 दे देता तो 1600 आ जाता, नहीं आ सकता. So this way you can check, but the thing is, this is only meant for checking and not to get the correct answer. क्योंकि 1600 अगर नहीं है, then you do the same thing with 1700, then with 1740, and then if all 3 are eliminated, then you select D. That will only eat up a lot of your time, right? So this you can do for each of these guys. अगर आप करना चाहते हो तो B के केस में अगर आप देखोगे 1200 is the bonus, so 400, 1200 is the fixed part. 400 divided by 200. 400 should be the bonus amount. Divided by 200 is 2. We can never get a rating of, average rating of 2 with a 5 in it. Yes, not possible at all. क्योंकि अगर 2 चाहिए तो सब कुछ 2 होना चाहिए. Each of them should be 2, right? Or there should be 1s involved. That's not possible. You can do the same thing with C also. What will happen with Chandan? Chandan's is 1400 giving us 200. 200 divided by 100 is again 2. Not possible. No. With D 1600 में से 1300 गया, बाकी के 300. 300 divided by 150 still 2. Not possible. And with E 1600 minus 1100 is 500. 500 divided by 200 is how much? 2.5. Yes. 2.5 आने के लिए, to get 2.5 we should get maximum 2's with a 5. So 2.5 into 5 is 12.5. You know that 5 एक हो गया, 12.5 से 5 चला गया, which means the remaining 7.5 we have to split here. Remaining 7.5 for 4 parameters. कहीं पर भी 1 नहीं डाल सकते, minimum is 2. तो अगर 2 चारों जगह पर भी पॉसिबल होता तो 80 आता, 2 into 4 80 होता, 7.5 नहीं हो पाता, right? So that's one way of looking at it, but this I am just doing to explain it to you. Once you've already done the actual calculation, I don't think you will have the necessity to try it out, but I'm just saying to be particularly sure that no, I don't want to risk it. What if I would have missed any of the ratings? मेरे को पक्का पक्का check करना है, so this would be one way to do it, okay? But ये बहुत time खाएगा. Let me give you that disclaimer. ये time खाएगा, but this will at least ensure that your accuracy is maximum possible. ठीक है? For the next one, we have the similar scenario. All 5 drivers get a bonus. Perfect. And what are they saying? We need to give maximum possible amount. Yes, maximum possible amount. Now, if the amount should be maximum possible, both fixed and the bonus should be maximum possible. अगर यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे maximum possible fixed is for 1400, but maximum possible bonus could be for 250 into F or 200 into F. 100 into F is way too less. So again, let's not risk it since we've any which ways done 3 and we've gotten a hang of it. अब ये फट करके हो जाएगा. Yes, so now all we do is first figure out the mandatory ones. Yes, so we have 1-5 for this guy, 1-5 for Barun, 2 5s for Chandan. These are fixed ones. Since Damodaran and Iman should get a 5 rating, 1-1-5 तो दे ही देंगे, right? Now keep in mind, we need to maximize the monthly payment. That means maximize the bonus. That means maximize the final rating. That means we need to maximize each of these. But I cannot give another 5 here. Can I give another 5 to Arun? No, because they specifically said that Arun got only 1-5. So we will not put up another 5. Okay, please keep that in mind. Now apart from 5, maximum possible क्या है? 4. एक बार 4 आ गया है, एक और बार 4. 4 2 times is done. Then we have 2 3s. Yes, this is the maximum possible that Arun can get. What about Barun? एक 5 है, will give 2 4s, 1 1 4, एक 3 already है, एक और 3. So if you see, Arun and Barun का same rating है, 5 4 3 3 and another 4. We have 1 5, 2 4s and 2 3s for Barun also. Yes, so between Arun and Barun, we'll have to see who would get the maximum monthly payment. ठीक है? Chandan के case में we already have 2 5s. We can put in 2 4s. Sadly, this is a 2. If this would have been a 3, एक और बढ़ जाता rating. So 0.2 से और बढ़ जाता rating. But that's that. In case of Damodaran, since nothing is told in case of Damodaran and Iman, that means we can go crazy on the 5s. Yes, we can give them 1 5 extra. एक 5 तो mandatorily है for the bonus, but एक और 5 हम दे सकते हैं, and then the maximum possible will be 2 4s. Same with Iman, 2 5s, 2 4s. Sadly, this is a 2. If this would have been a 3, that would have been the ideal one. Okay. Once we are done with this, बाकी सब कुछ calculation पे है. We're not going to risk doing the mental calculation part. We're not going to risk assuming कि हाँ इसका maximum नहीं करना है. Accuracy को risk पे डाल के, stake पे डाल के नहीं करना है. Okay. So we'll do the manual calculation. We have 5, 9, 12, 16, 19. 19 by 5 is 3.8 into 250 plus 1000. Yes, so this would fetch us how much? Keeping the calculator here. So 3.8 into 250 is 950 plus 1000. 1950 we have. मतलब अरुण का 1950 है. Anything less than 1950 we can get rid of because we are looking for the maximum possible. That only removes one option. Let's go for B now. We have 8, 12, 16, 19. Like I said, दोनों का final rating same होगा 3.8. 3.8 into 200 is 760. 760 plus 12 plus 1200 is 1960. Sadly, we don't have a 1960. We have a 1960 in the answer choice also. Perfect. So option B is also out. So far, this is the maximum. This is out of it. Okay. For the next one, 10, 12, 12 plus 8 is 20. 20 by 5 is 4. 4 into 100 is 400. 400 plus, sadly, this is just 100. ये अगर ज़्यादा होता तो बोनस और भी ज़्यादा होता. But 400 into 400 plus 1400. Sadly, only 1800, right? Despite doing quite well in the ratings, because his common multiplier is way too less, Chandan ka 1800 ही आया. Okay, let's go for the next guy. We have 10, 13, 17, 21. 21 by 5 is 4.2. 4.2 into 150 will fetch us how much? 4.2 times 150 is 630. 630 plus 1300. 630 plus 1300 is 1930. Nope, this is also out. 630 plus 1300 is 1930. We already have a 1960 sitting here. The last thing we have to do is get it over with for Iman. So we have 10, 18, 20. 20 by 5 is 4. 4 into 200 is 800. 800 plus 1100 is just 1900. So this is also gone. The only maximum possible that we see here is 1960, which is for driver B. This has to be our answer. Just like we did it in the previous case, you can still go ahead and try with this, but you'll have to go for each of the drivers. You have to first remove the fixed part, then you have to divide it by the multiplier, and then you'll get the final rating, multiply it with 5 to get the sum for the checking part. Okay, so that will eat up a lot of our time. I think this is better and it gives us more clarity also. Yes, so with this, apna pehla set समाप्त. See, this was an easy set because I had to do a lot of explaining. बहुत सारे cases आपको मेरे को समझाने पड़े and I gave you multiple methods. It took us a long time just to discuss it. But अगर आप ये paper पे करते हो, it is going to hardly take 1/4 of the time that we spent here. Yes, so this is a set which can be done in the ideal time. I think to do the set would be around 10 minutes, right? Around 10 minutes में ये पूरा set हो जाएगा, which is the best thing for us. And since all of these are option based, nothing is theta based, we can be sure that we've received the maximum or the minimum. Yeah, superb. Cheers. So let me know in the comments ke out of the three sets, which ones you will definitely do and which ones you are feeling confident about. ठीक है? अब चलते हैं अपन के second set की ओर. The set number 4 is titled 10 musicians. This one is a Venn diagram. All my Venn diagram fans, Venn diagram का set है. This is a 3 set Venn diagram. So normally what happens is when people see a 3 set Venn diagram, they panic because they think that it's going to be difficult. Let's see if it actually lives up to that expectations or not. Okay. So it's a 3 set Venn diagrams question. Let's have a quick look at it. This one also, I am calling it an easy set. So we have a very small bit of information and 5 conditions. This is actually an easy one. Okay. You should only be comfortable with language. Yes, you have to be comfortable with the language used in the set, because for Venn diagrams, language is at most important. Yes. Why? The word only can make a lot of difference. The word and or can make a lot of difference. Please be very, very careful. Always look out for the words only and the word or. है ना? इस पे give extra focus. Reread it if you want to get proper clarity. ठीक है? Pause कर लो, फटाफट से पढ़ लो, and then we'll start answering this. Done? चलो. Let's have a look at the questions now. We have 4 questions. Okay, we have 4 questions. All the 4 questions are again MCQ. No theta here. चारों MCQ questions है. And there's something weird about the questions, right? Can you see? Definitely. Why did they have to give the word definitely? Why did they have to highlight it by making it in all caps? What is the reason behind it? Why would I say that I definitely which of the following is definitely true? That basically means I'm looking for one thing that will always happen under any number of possibilities. So I think here this gives us a good hint that we might get multiple cases, right? We might get multiple cases in the way that we make. Okay, so they're asking who among the following is definitely an expert in tabla but not in either mridangam or gatagam. Question number 2, who among the following is definitely an expert in mridangam but not in either tabla or gatagam. Question number 3 is asking which of the following pairs cannot have any musician who is an expert in both tabla and mridangam but not in gatagam. So again here cannot, when they say cannot, it means in any cases, any number of possibilities, this should not happen. Okay, and the fourth one starts with an if. They're saying if C is an expert in mridangam and F is not, that means this is not an extension. They're giving clarity. They are reducing the number of cases, right? So multiple cases finally confirmed. Why are we doing this? Why are we looking at the set and jumping to the questions? Because we need to know what our approach should be. We need to know if we should be fixated, if we should be obsessed with finding the perfect single case. Here, will we be doing that? Definitely not. Definitely not. Okay. Chalo. Okay, so let's have a quick read. देखते क्या बोला गया. 10 musicians है A से J. Superb. Are experts in at least one of the following 3 percussion instruments: tabla, mridangam, gatagam. Among them, 3 are experts in tabla but not in mridangam. Some are experts in something or the other. So यहाँ पे हमें पता चल रहा है कि this is a Venn diagram set because we have tabla, mridangam, gatagam, and the clues are saying one of them is an expert. Some of them are experts in this and not in the other 2. Some of them are experts in both. Some of them are only experts in one. Something or the other is going on, right? So we know it has to be a Venn diagram. I'm going to get the Venn diagram ready. It's a simple 3 set Venn diagram. Tabla hai, mridangam hai, gatagam hai. Let's go with the clues and quickly figure out what's what, hai na? So among them, they are saying among them 3 are experts in tabla but not in mridangam or gatagam. What does this mean? Tabla, yes. Mridangam, no. Gatagam, no. That means only tabla, right? So what are they saying? 3 are experts in only tabla. Perfect. Next they're saying another 3 are experts in mridangam but not in tabla or gatagam. That means only mridangam. Another 3. Perfect. And 1 is an expert in gatagam but not in tabla or mridangam. That means only gatagam is 1. Perfect. Superb. Further, 2 are experts in TM but not G. That means only TM. 2 are experts in only TM. TM, this part will not be included क्योंकि ये TM G तीनों हैं. So only here we will have 2 people who are experts in T and M but not in G. क्योंकि अगर G में होता तो यहाँ पर भी 2 आता. This is 2. Okay. And 1 is an expert in T and G but not in mridangam. So T and G not in mridangam is 1. Is there any other information given to us? Any other information? 2 are experts in TM not in G. 1 is an expert in TG not in M. और कुछ भी नहीं बोला. So we have these 2 pieces still missing. We have these 2 pieces still missing. What else do we know? We know for a fact that this has to be 0. Neither has to be 0 because what are they saying? These 10 guys are experts in at least one of the following. So there are no musicians who are not experts in T or M or G. So N is 0. We know there are a total of 10 musicians. So if we can do a quick calculation to understand what these 2 values will take up, what do we know? Out of 10, we have 3, 5, 8, 9, 10. All the 10 people are accounted for. 10 musicians hai. 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1. This adds up to 10. Correct? 5 plus 5, 10. So what does this show us? This shows us that for only mridangam and gatagam, there would be 0 musicians. For all the 3 instruments, there will be 0 musicians. Yes. So Although it looks like, oh, we are stuck, but if you can do a quick analysis of the data that you've put on the Venn diagram, आपको immediately पता चल जाएगा ये दोनों zero है, ये zero है from the statement, and we have all the 10 musicians mentioned now, right? From here you can say that total tabla, total musicians who are experts in tabla, that is this entire Venn, is 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6 musicians. For only Mridangam, 3 plus 2, 5. For not only Mridangam, for all of Mridangam inclusive. For all of Ghadagam inclusive is just 2. Okay. With this, we can now jump up to the next part. This is not just yet done. Because this was the Venn diagram part. The next we are going to do is a little bit of distribution. Yes, you have to arrange these players. You have to arrange these musicians into the Venn. Okay. So we have 5 clues now. We're going to start with the first one. What are they saying? Both A and B are experts in M, but only one of them is also an expert in tabla. So both are experts in M. Both A and B are experts in M. So A and B will be in some of these, one of these two places, क्योंकि ये दो तो zero है. One of these two places में A and B दोनों होने चाहिए. But what are they saying? Only one of them is also an expert in tabla. So M and T में एक आदमी एक musician आएगा. So between A and B, अगर A यहाँ पर है, then B will be here, because then B is only an expert in mridangam, not in tabla also. But अगर B यहाँ पर है, if B is here, then A will come here. So out of the 2 people, one musician will be out of A and B, and यहाँ पे out of the 3 people, one musician will be between B and A, depending upon any one of these two. ठीक है? Perfect. First clue is done. Let's have a look at the second one now. What is the second clue saying? D is an expert in both tabla and ghadagam. So when they're saying D is an expert in both tabla and ghadagam, normally we would say that what about mridangam though, right? Can D also be an expert in M? But we know for a fact that this is 0. So this gives us a proper clarity that this one person who's an expert in both T and G has to be D. This is sorted. This part is completely done. Perfect. Let's have a look at the third one. Both F and G are experts in tabla. So F and G are experts in tabla, but only one of them is also an expert in mridangam. So we have a similar scenario here. What is happening? F and G में से कोई एक, F and G में से कोई एक is a only tabla expert, and the other guy would also play the mridangam. So if F is an expert in only tabla, then G will be an expert in mridangam. If G is an expert in only tabla, then F will be an expert in mridangam. Okay. So these two guys are not completely done, but at least we know the possibilities. It's either G or F and A or B. Here we have two more musicians to be placed. Okay. So this is also done. Clue 3 is also done. So out of the 10 musicians, A done, B done, D done, F and G done. So who are remaining? C, E, I and J. Correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are done. A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H is also remaining. My bad. H is also remaining. Okay. So these 5 guys are left. Let's go for the next clue. Neither I nor J is an expert in tabla. Neither I nor J is an expert in tabla, which means I, J cannot be anywhere in this circle. I and J cannot be in anywhere of this circle. But the problem here is we have only mridangam, we have only ghadagam. So this is not giving us very good clarity. Let's have a look at the 5th point now. Neither H nor I is an expert in mridangam. Neither H nor I is an expert in mridangam. So what are they saying? If you look at only I is not an expert in tabla. I is not an expert in mridangam also. That basically gives us what? That I should be the person who is an expert in only ghadagam. This is done. Perfect. This one is also sorted. So now I know out of I and J, if I is done, J has to be the other guy who will go here. So we know one guaranteed player for mridangam, which is J. Neither H nor I is an expert in Mridangam. So H should either be Gatagam, which he cannot be. So he has to be in what? He has to be in what? In tabla, right? So between H and I is sorted. But guys, I is sorted. Neither H nor I is an expert in Mridangam. So H is not an expert in Mridangam. H cannot be an expert in Gatagam also. Why? Because Gatagam में दो लोग हैं, I and D sorted. Yes, this leaves us H being a part of only tabla. That is here. So we have one guaranteed musician for tabla also. One of each are remaining. So we are done with I, J and H. C and E बाकी है. But only one of them is an expert in Gatagam. Yes, only one of them is an expert in Gatagam, which is I. Okay, done. Now, what about C and E? Do we know anything in specific about C and E? No clues given. Should we leave it? No. Now we know. Gatagam is sorted, boss. Gatagam पूरा खत्म हो गया. Gatagam में दो लोग थे. I and D placed. In Mridangam, only for Mridangam and tabla दो लोग थे, वो भी sorted है. Yes. So when it comes to Mridangam, we need one more player here. When it comes to tabla, we need one more player here. Since we have two players left. If this is C, this will be E. If this is E, this will be C. This goes without saying because this is the only ones left. These two are the only players left and these two are the only places for them left, right? Instruments for them to play. So with this, we have our bay. Although there seems to be a lot of possibilities. Why? If F comes here, then G will come here. If B comes here, then A will come here. If E comes here, then C will come here. So we are getting two cases, right? Two cases. That gives us 8 cases in total. I hope you're getting this, right? No. So these two are dependent. 2 and 2 4 cases. ये और ये डिपेंडेंट है, ये और ये डिपेंडेंट है. तो यहाँ पे दो केस बनेंगे with F G and C E. यहाँ पे दो cases with B A and E C. ठीक है. So instead of working towards what could be the multiple possibilities and different Venn diagrams बनाओगे, it will eat up a lot of your time. We know questions में definitely, cannot, if है. So we are good to go. This here is our bay. Celebrate करो इसे and चलो questions की ओर. Who among the following is definitely an expert in tabla? In tabla but not in M or G. So only tabla पूछ रहे. M नहीं, G नहीं, only T. So only T में who do we have? Who are we very sure of? क्योंकि definite पूछा. Who are we very sure of? F or G, no guarantee. C or E, no guarantee. We are uncertain. But with H, we know for a fact that H belongs in only tabla. So where do we have H? Option C. Yes. A is definitely not a tabla player or could be. A could be a tabla player, but he is not only tabla. A could be either tabla and mridangam or only mridangam. So A is out. F is possible. C is possible. But H is definite. Hence the word definitely given and also highlighted. Even if the question had asked who among the following is an expert, definitely word agar nahi bhi hota, even then the only person we are sure that this person is a only tabla expert has to be only this option. So the word definitely is only given to re-emphasize the fact कि multiple cases हैं. ठीक है? Let's go to the second question. Who among the following is definitely an expert in M but not in any other two? So only M पूछ रहे हैं. Only M. It's J. One among B or A, one among E or C. So definitely we know for a fact that it has to be J. So J कहाँ पर है? J is option number 2. Option B. This has to be our answer. Easy? Yes. Now all of these are falling into their own places automatically, right? All of these are falling into their places automatically. You don't have to do any of the extra thinking. Let's go for the next question now. Question number 3. Which of the following pairs cannot have any musician who is an expert in both? So first let's see this part. Okay, we'll focus on this part now. इस पे ध्यान देते हैं and then we'll look at the other. Expert in both tabla and mridangam. Tabla, yes. Mridangam, yes. But not in Gatakam. Not in Gatakam. So they're saying only T and M. Yes, क्योंकि expert in tabla and mridangam बोला है और नहीं, है ना? And mridangam बोला है और नहीं. But do we need these guys? Only T and M? No, we don't want this. इसका overall negate किया हुआ है. Cannot have any musician. Not a part of only T and M. This is all we need. Look at the options. A and B में से कोई एक तो पक्का यहां पर है, या तो A होगा या B होगा, दोनों में से कोई एक तो पक्का है. They're saying cannot have any musician. एक भी नहीं होना चाहिए. So A and B में से एक तो पक्का है बॉस. F and G में से एक पक्का है. This is also gone. What about C and D? We know C and D is either only tabla and only mridangam. या तो C यहां पर है, E यहां पर है, या E यहां पर, C यहां पर. This has to be our answer because this has nothing to do with being an expert at both T and M. But we have one more option. Let's focus on that. Okay. C and F. Although C is safe, C is here and here. C safe hai, but F could be. Right? So between option C and D, which is the better answer choice? D could be right. In one of the cases, D could be right, but we need a certain one. Option C is the better option than option D. Clear? Yes. So with this, we're done with 3 questions. एक और बाकी है, उसे भी करते हैं खत्म. If C is an expert, so now they've given us even better clarity. What are they saying? C is an expert in mridangam. C is not an expert in only tabla. C is an expert in mridangam. If C is an expert in mridangam, then we know E has to be an expert in tabla only. And F is not what? Not an expert in mridangam. F is not an expert in mridangam. F kahan par aa raha hai? Here. Yes, so F is not an expert in mridangam, which means what? If F is not an expert in mridangam, sorry, my bad. G won't be an expert in only tabla, so it has to be F here. All right. So do we have clarity? We at least have clarity about H, F and E. We have clarity about G and C. We do not have still clarity about A and B. So A and B are still a little shaky. Let's see what the question is asking. Which are the 3 musicians who are experts in tabla but not in mridangam or gatakam? So only tabla पूछा. Only tabla. Definite one. Yes. Who? H, F and E. H, F and E. This has to be our answer. If you look at C, G and H, G is also an expert in mridangam, not going to work. Yes, same is the case with C. E, G and H, again G is also an expert in mridangam. C, E and G, G is also an expert in mridangam. So we have a true answer which is option A, E, F and H. इसके साथ अपना second set भी हो गया है. See how direct the set was. All you had to do was become comfortable with Venn diagrams, right? Become comfortable with Venn diagrams. At the same time, you have to be comfortable with arrangements. Yes. Now, given the kind of sets that we've seen earlier that were asked in CAT and the sets that we've tried, Venn diagram में बहुत complex set, even with a 3 set Venn diagrams में बहुत complex set बना सकते हैं. Arrangements में भी बहुत complex set बना सकते हैं. But they took 2 of these topics and made an easy set out of it. Yes, that's the beauty of CAT. जिन्हें लगता है सर Venn diagrams हमेशा difficult आता है, arrangements हमेशा difficult आता है, that's not the case. Not the case at all. But you have to be comfortable with Venn diagrams. You have to be comfortable with the language. You have to be comfortable with arrangements. Yes, this is a must-do set. Another 4 questions in your pocket. 4 into 3, 12 marks. Easy 12 marks. Yes, Venn diagram banao. Figure out the numbers, place the musicians, sorted, boss. Yes. Again, for this, I would say the ideal time would be 10 minutes. क्योंकि सिर्फ 4 ही क्वेश्चन है इसमें, वी हैव अदर सेट्स विद 6 क्वेश्चंस आल्सो, है ना, तो 10 मिनट्स के रेंज में हो जाना चाहिए. दैट्स द डील. कूल, परफेक्टो. Let's go for the next set now, the last one for the day. What are they talking about? 1000 patients का question set है ये. This is a moderate set. Now, this is a 4 set Venn diagram. This is also a Venn diagram question. Imagine 2 Venn diagram questions put in the same year, same slot. एक पेपर में 2 Venn diagram के set आए. So, people who ask के सर क्या ये टॉपिक इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्या ये नहीं है, we did not see any सच गारंटी के वेन डायग्राम्स के क्वेश्चन नहीं आते, स्किप कर दो. बहुत लोगों का ये मिसकंसेप्शन है, वेन डायग्राम्स डिफिकल्ट होते तो वो उसका कॉन्सेप्ट्स भी नहीं पढ़ते, प्रैक्टिस भी नहीं करते. अगर ऐसा सिचुएशन है, 5 सेट में से जो 3 सेट मैंडेटरीली डूएबल है, उनमें से भी 2 सेट वेन डायग्राम के हैं. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल अबाउट इट. ठीक है, चलो लेट्स नॉट ड्वेल इनटू इट. ये रहा वो सेट. आई विल गिव यू सम टाइम, पॉज मारो, फटाफट से पढ़ो इसे. दिस लुक्स इंटिमिडेटिंग, दिस लुक्स फियरफुल, बट जिन्हें भी 4 सेट वेन डायग्राम आता है उनके लिए ये पीस ऑफ केक है. फटाफट पॉज कर लो एंड क्विकली गो थ्रू द क्वेश्चन. रीड द क्वेश्चन केयरफुली. We have a paragraph and 6 conditions given नीचे. So you have to be comfortable with reading, understanding. Language सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी. ठीक है. So I hope you have read it. अब हम इसे टुकड़ों में पढ़ेंगे. So we'll have a look at the questions to understand whether we'll get a definite bay या previous question के previous set के जैसे multiple cases वाला. So what do we see here? How many patients were treated with medicine B? How many patients? Very definite. Could be, maybe, possible, definite, cannot, can. Where? Definite. Definite question. Perfect. We'll get one definite answer. The number of patients who were treated with medicine B, C and D but not A. Again, definite. How many patients were treated with medicines B and D only? Definite. Number of patients who were treated with medicine D, definite. All 4 questions, चारों question theta, मजा करो, enjoy. All 4 questions are theta, which means no negative marking. That has to be the first green flag to pick this setup. The second green flag is what? Sub definite है. All the questions are definite, which means multiple cases नहीं, incomplete bay नहीं, मगजमारी नहीं, ये हटाओ इसे डालो, अगर ये हुआ तो वो no, fix है, right? Now obvious सी चीज है that you have to be comfortable with a 4 set Venn diagram, right? तो अगर आपको 4 set Venn diagram अभी भी नहीं आता है, go check out the lecture for it. एक बार देखो, it is actually easy because 4 set Venn diagrams में अब तक जो हमने देखा है मस्ती नहीं करते. They don't do मस्ती with maximizing, minimizing because then it becomes way too complex. 3 set Venn diagram में करेंगे, 2 set Venn diagram में करेंगे, 4 set Venn diagram they try to keep it as simple as possible. ठीक है, पढ़ें. चलो. 1000 patients currently suffering from a disease were selected to study the effectiveness of treatment of 4 types of medicines A, B, C, D. These patients were first randomly assigned into 2 groups of equal size. 2 groups of equal size called treatment group and control group. Okay. तो दोनों equal size है. 1000 patients, दोनों में equal split. मतलब treatment group में 500 patients, यहाँ पर 500 patients. Okay. Further, the patients in the control group were not treated with any of these medicines. No medicines. Yes, no medicines. Instead, they were given a dummy medicine called placebo. So what's a placebo? Placebo is a dummy medicine. Placebo has a simple theory that some diseases may not be the actual disease that it is, right? Some diseases may be cured by just your body thinking that there's some medicine going inside and it's working for you, right? So instead of putting in actual medicines in it, what they do is they put either sugar or starch और saline water or something या distilled water या कुछ भी दे देते हैं, sugar, calcium की दवाई दे देते हैं, chewables दे देते हैं, ऐसा कुछ, so that you and your mind and your body believes that you've taken a medicine, but in reality you've not taken any medicine. तो अंदर जो भी chemical reactions हो रहे हैं are all your body your mind, your hormones, all of that, right? Perfect. मतलब इनके पीछे हमें नहीं पढ़ना है. These 500 are sorted. इन 500 का आगे होगा क्योंकि दे विल बी गिवन इधर ए बी सी और डी. सो यहीं पे हमें पता चल रहा है कि नीदर विल बी जीरो. ए बी सी डी में से कोई एक तो पक्का है ही है. नीदर ए नॉर बी नॉर सी नॉर डी है ही नहीं. सो 500 में से जीरो विल बी नीदर ऑफ देम. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट, the following information is known about the patients in the treatment group. So this is how we would go with a 4-set Venn diagram. I would not recommend you to go with this, right? जैसे हम 3-set Venn diagram बनाते हैं वैसा 4-set Venn diagram बनाने का कोशिश मत करना, because it gets way too nasty. And see if this is basically how I would also draw this in the test, right? अगर इतना है, इतनी छोटी छोटी जगहों पे, even if you draw the circle a little bit wrong or any one of these places, if you miss out, you will miss out an entire set, right? So don't take the risk of it. This has to be the easiest possible diagram where this entire part is set A, this part is set B, this part is set C, and this part is set D. You have intersections with only 2, only 3, and all 4. Only A, only B, only C, only D. These are not part of any other sets. Only AB, only CD, only AC, only AD, only BC, only BD. And 3 ABC, ACD, BCD, ABD, and all the 4 ABCD. इतना clarity के साथ, इतना clearly and इतना usable. अगर आप यहाँ पे अगर आप यहाँ पे variables भी डाल के करते हो तब भी this could be the best possible thing that you can use. ठीक है, चलो शुरू करते हैं फिर. Let's start. Yes, so I know this is 0, this is 500. शुरू करते हैं with the first clue. The first clue says a total of 250 patients were treated with type A medicine. Type A medicine only? नहीं, type A medicine. So I know 250 will go here. A inclusive is 250. And a total of 210 patients were treated with type C. So type C is 210. Okay. The first clue does not tell us about B or D. So first clue is done. Let's look at the second one. 25 patients were treated with type A medicine only. Perfect. 25 A only. So we have 25 here with A only. 20 patients were treated with type C only. 20 patients type C only. 10 patients were treated with type D only. 10 patients type D only. बस इतना ही है. So we still don't know type B only. ठीक है, चलेगा. Let's look at the third condition. 35 patients were treated with A and D only. A and D only. So A, D only ये रहा. यहाँ पे कितना आएंगे? These 35 guys. 35 patients. Yes. 20 patients were treated with A and B only. So AB only is 20. AB only is 20. Perfect. 30 patients were treated with A and C only. AC ये रहा. कितने? 30 patients. Perfect. 20 patients were treated with C and D only. C, D only. C, D कहाँ पर है? ये रहा C, D only, which is how many? 20. Perfect. This is also done. So we don't know BC only. We don't know BD only. बाकी exactly 2 में AB, AC, CD and AD पता है. ठीक है. Let's go for the next clue. Fourth one, D वाला. 100 patients were treated with exactly 3 types of medicines. Okay. We're going to put a hit on this. ठीक है. इसको रोक के रखते हैं. इसको अपन करते हैं. लेट्स डील विद इट इन अ व्हाइल. ओके, ई का देखते हैं. पहले जो भी डायरेक्ट है उसे फिल करते हैं एंड देन विल फिगर द रेस्ट ऑफ इट. ठीक है. 40 पेशेंट्स वेर ट्रीटेड विद मेडिसिन ऑफ ए, बी एंड सी बट नॉट डी. तो ए, बी एंड सी है, डी नहीं है. दैट मीन्स ओनली ए, बी, सी. ओनली ए, बी, सी कितने हैं? 40. यस, ओनली ए बी सी कितने हैं 40. ओके नेक्स्ट 20 patients were treated with ACD but not B. So ACD only कितने हैं 20. ACD is 20. Perfect. और कुछ बोला? No, that's it. This is gone. Next we have clue F. 50 patients were given all 4 types of medicines. अरे बाप रे 50 were given all 4. बढ़िया. 75 were treated with exactly one type of medicine. 75, so I think we'll start with this, है ना? 75 were treated with exactly one type of medicine. That means what? A only plus B only plus C only plus D only. Okay, only. Only A plus only B plus only C plus only D is how much? 75 they're saying. इसमें से हमें किसका किसका वैल्यू पता है? हमें पता है ये 25 है, हमें पता है ये 20 है, एंड वी ऑल्सो नो दिस इज 10. तो फ्रॉम हियर कैन वी गेट बी ओनली? बी ओनली को निकाल सकते हैं अपन. तो 75 में से क्या क्या गया? 25, 45, 55. दैट मीन्स बी ओनली इज 20. सॉर्टेड है. बी ओनली इज 20. डन. यस, तो ये भी वैल्यू हमें मिल गया. B only is 20 and this entire clue is used. Very good clue. Now we are left with clue D, है ना? D को उठाते हैं. अब देखते हैं क्या बोल रहे हैं. 100 patients were treated with exactly 3 types of medicines. Exactly 3 क्या क्या होते हैं? ये ABC, ABD, ACD, BCD. Right? So we have ABC plus ABD plus ACD plus BCD. This adds up to 100 they're saying, है ना? This adds up to 100. Okay. So out of this what do we know? क्या क्या पता है हमें? Do we know ABC? Yes, we know ABC is 40. Plus do we know ABD? नहीं पता. So this will give us ABD. Plus do we know ACD? Yes, this is 20. Do we know BCD? No, we don't know BCD. So this is 100. From here we will get ABD plus BCD is how much? 100 में से 60 गया, remaining 40. Yes. What are the unknowns now? What are the unknowns that we are dealing with? We don't know. We know all of these except for 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right? So if I were to call this W, X, Y and Z, 4 unknowns है W, X, Y, Z. एक तो हमें यहाँ पे one relation we already found. ABD क्या है? W है. तो W plus BCD क्या है? Y है. So W plus Y अगर 40 है तो can I say Y is going to be 40 minus W, है ना? तो ये Y भी हमें नहीं चाहिए. We don't want another variable lingering around, confusing us. So we'll call this also what? W minus 40 minus W. This is 40 minus W. ठीक है, W की वैल्यू आएगी ऑटोमेटिकली, ये सेल मिल जाएगा. So we need W का वैल्यू now. Yes. Do you know where to start with now? Obvious सी चीज है, कहां से चालू करेंगे? We know A inclusive is 250. उसमें से हमें सब वैल्यूज पता है. A inclusive is this entire thing. We know all the values except for ABD, right? So if I take 250 and I subtract this and this, I'll get W. I'll not do the writing part. Extra लिख के क्या मतलब है जब पूरा calculation ही करना है. So I am going to use the calculator because I don't want to risk the accuracy by doing mental calculation या manual calculation. यहीं पे डाल देंगे 250 से we need to subtract what? 25, 20, 30, 40, 20, 50 and 35. This gives us 30. So with this we know W is 30. चलो बढ़िया. W is 30. If W comes up to be 30, from this what do you know? If W is 30, then Y will be 40 minus 30, which is 10. Sorted, right? So this 40 minus W is basically 10. We managed to clear out 2 cells. We managed to clear out 2 cells with the help of just one. Yes, बढ़िया. Now we are left with what? X and Z. If we had known ये वाला B inclusive का value, तो we could have gone with some equation, but ये value हमें नहीं पता. D inclusive नहीं पता. That would have fetched us Z का value. So we are going to go with C. C के साथ जाके we know this and this. X की value मिल जाएगी यहाँ से. And then we'll see what to do, right? So X की value ढूंढेंगे C के साथ. 210 में से we know what? 30 20, that's 50. 40 50, that's 90. 10 and 2 20s, which is 40. This gives us what? X is 20. Perfect. Could there be a set easier than this, guys? Could there be a set easier than this? X की value 25 आ रही है. Yes, BC 20 आ रही है, not 25, sorry. 20 आ रही है BC. So now out of all the missing elements, we found everything. Done, and this is also done. Z is the only one remaining. Sad thing is we don't have any other value. अब कैसे करेंगे? Z का known ही रहेगा क्या? Z का known ही रहेगा? No. We always leave out one thing, that is this total. ये हम हमेशा छोड़ देते हैं. This has been even my mistake के मैं कभी भी इसे ना include ही नहीं करता हूँ. I think that we are running short of conditions and clues. So always keep in mind that you have this, but this should always be your last resort. आखिरी में ये करना है. क्यों? क्योंकि लंबा है बॉस. कैलकुलेशन भी लंबा है, बहुत सारे वेरिएबल्स होंगे, बहुत सारा लंबा इक्वेशन बनेगा. नहीं करना है ना. सिंगल चालू किया, सिंगल में रखना है. Now we are going to use this 250, this 500 है ना. इस 500 में से हमें ये नहीं पता. This we don't know, BD, right? But I know ये पूरा A कितना है. 250. तो पहले ही निकाल दो इसे. 500 से 250 पहले ही निकाल दिया. Now we just have to focus on this and this. Okay? तो 250 से क्या गया? 20, another 250 से गया 20, another 20, another 10 and 20 10, another 50. ये कितना आया? 150. So this B and D only is a massive 150. बाकी सारे 2 डिजिट्स में है, ये 150 है. इफ यू हैव डाउट्स, क्योंकि सर ये अकेला कैसे 150 आ रहा है, कुछ गड़बड़ है, रीचेक कर लो. ये 250 रख के अगर आपको लगता है सर ये कंफ्यूजिंग है, पूरा डाल के देख लो. आई नो इट विल टेक यू एक्स्ट्रा 30 सेकेंड्स, एक्स्ट्रा 1 मिनट भी लग जाए, लगेगा नहीं वैसे, कैलकुलेटर ही कर रहा है आपका पूरा काम. एक्स्ट्रा 1-2 मिनट भी लग जाए, स्टिल डू इट, बिकॉज ये 150, वी नो दैट दिस इज वन एंटायर क्वेश्चन. 3 मार्क के लिए आप 1-2 मिनट नहीं दे सकते क्या? यस, those decisions you have to make, that you should not risk accuracy just because of a couple of minutes, है ना. कर दो, ठीक है, क्योंकि इतना मेहनत करके we've done n-1 cells we've filled up. एक सेल के लिए अगर आप नहीं करोगे तो फिर नहीं करना, ठीक है. परफेक्ट. So we've used up all of the clues, everything is done. अपना पूरा बे रेडी है, we have everything. With this we can also calculate B का टोटल कितना है. B का टोटल कितना है? 40, 80, 100, 150, 160, 190, 340. एंड D का भी अपन इंक्लूसिव निकाल सकते हैं. 20, 50, 70, 80, 100, ये 100 है. 35, 65, 75, 225 plus 100 is 325. Yes, so 340, 325 हो गया. 340, 325 आ गया. We have our final bay. Yes, total 500 है पता है, neither 0 है पता है. Every other cell is completed. Although we didn't have to complete all the cells. पूरा cells complete करने की जरूरत नहीं थी, because the kind of questions are what? Questions अगर अपन देखते तो क्या पूछ रहे हैं? How many patients were treated with type B? Type B only नहीं है, type B मतलब हमें ये सारे values चाहिए. That means the variables that we had, X, Y and Z तीनों इसी में थे. X, Y and Z तीनों इसी में थे. So we have to find that out to answer the first question. How many patients were treated with medicine type B? Only नहीं बोला है. Type B 350, 340. This is our answer for the first question. Yes. Second, number of patients who were treated with BCD but not A. That means only BCD. Only BCD was another unknown. BCD is 10. Second, how many patients were treated with B and D only? This was another unknown. Yes, BD only. BD only कहाँ पर है? ये 150. The number of patients who were treated with medicine type D only नहीं है. Medicine type D altogether. D पूरा कितना है? 325. Yes, so you have to be very careful with the language. The words only, the words and, the words or, the words not, you have to be very careful about them. Easy set, right? Set इतना direct, 4 वेरिएबल लगाए, टेक्निकली 3 ही वेरिएबल लगाए, 3 वेरिएबल लगाए, क्विक कैलकुलेशन किया, हो गया. 4 क्वेश्चन है, चारों टीटा, नो नेगेटिव मार्क्स. 4 क्वेश्चन है, चारों डेफिनेट, नो मल्टीपल केसेस. कुड देयर बी अ बेटर सेट देन दिस? कुड देयर बी अ बेटर सेट दैट यू मस्ट डू in a test than this? Doesn't exist, right? It doesn't exist. So this way we were able to do what? We were able to answer 3 sets. 3 पूरे sets हमने किए. This was a Venn diagram set with 4 set Venn diagram. Become comfortable with this. Become comfortable with drawing the Venn diagram. Become comfortable with labeling the terms. क्योंकि आते ही टेम्पलेट फटाफट बन जाना चाहिए. टेम्पलेट बनाने के लिए अगर आप सोचोगे, अगर वहां पे मिस्टेक करोगे तो फिर देन इट्स पॉइंटलेस, है ना. तो विद दिस व्हाट डिड वी डू? हमने 3 सेट उठाए थे, 4 + 4 + 4 which fetched us 12 questions. 12 into 3 36 marks. हाईएस्ट एक्यूरेसी के साथ 99 परसेंटाइल डन. यस सर. LRDI seems difficult, LRDI seems complex. It is, I won't say it is not, but it is not as complex as we hype it, है ना. hype है इसके around. This is actually a doable section altogether. पूरा section जो है वो doable है, right? If you can think straight. So out of the 5 sets, 2 जो set थे vendor and missing exams, अगर हम वो skip भी कर दें, these 3 sets could have been done in 40 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Extra 10 minutes given for deciding करना है नहीं करना है, rechecking, confirming, all of that. So perfect slot. 3 very beautiful sets which could have fetched us 12 into 3 36 marks. Right? Even if you had made one mistake, you would have lost what? 4 marks. Yes, एक 3 mark जाता और एक negative लगता. Still you would get 36 minus 4 32. 30 plus was 98 plus, right? So 98 plus percentile लाना was not as difficult as it seemed. Yeah. So I hope this one shot video helped you. All the very best, guys. Cheers. I'll be bringing more such of these one shot videos. Stay tuned. Cheers.